Front cover of a newspaper caught my eye yesterday. It was a report about a 5-year-old girl. Some bone fragments had been found. Hang on, let me call this up. It's on the BBC News site as well. April Jones, murdered. Sexually motivated kidnapping. Raped and killed, 5 years old. I could go into the details, but we've heard this kind of thing before. But I don't keep up to date with news. I probably should read more news than I do, but I don't. But this just leapt off the front of the paper, and I want to use this to make a point, and I don't want it to be exploitive in any way. Just I want to say this just because it's true. Christians, I'm talking to you now. You believe that God takes care of you. Look at this. 5-year-old girl taken away by a man. Don't want to think about what he did to her before he killed her. And then he killed her. Where is your God? Where is your God? You got these scriptures that say things like he knows when the sparrow falls and all this stuff. There's not all the hairs on your head are numbered. Like God is taking care of you. There is just no way that God is taking care of you. And if you believe he is, why you? Why you and not this little 5-year-old girl? That's the only question I got for you. Why you? Why are you divinely protected? Not her. You just want to swallow a placebo pill to make you feel better because life, viewed on any other terms, is just too dark and foreboding, and you can't face that. So you need to be wrapped in cotton wool. That's exactly what it is. But you can take a placebo pill and it will work, only for as long as it works, because you really aren't divinely protected in any way. Anything can happen to any of us. I had an experience when I was about 10 years old of walking through a local park with two friends. There was a young guy who was slightly younger than me called Colin, and his sister Stephanie, who was slightly older than me. And we were walking through this park when we caught sight of three youths who were probably in their mid-teens. They were over maybe about 50 meters from us, and it looked like they were having some kind of fire going on a nearby tree. And one of these guys, he starts running over towards us, and he's carrying a hatchet in one hand and a knife in the other. Now, I don't know why we didn't run, but we didn't run. We just kept walking. I guess we were thinking nothing bad really can happen. It's not, nothing bad ever really does happen to people. We just kept walking. We assumed that, it was just a prank of some kind. But he stopped, and he blocked my path. He put the point of the knife against my back, and he held the hatchet above my head. And he said, "Hey, come on over here with us." And my two friends, Stephanie grabbed Colin, and she said, "Just keep walking." And they both kept walking. And I was trapped. So when he said, "Come on over here with us," I just burst out crying. And 2 seconds later, he just laughed, and then he ran back over to his friends. What a complete jerk. I thought for a few seconds that I was going to die, and it was the most singularly terrifying moment of my life. And the thing about it is, for a few seconds, you come to understand that terrible things really can happen to people. You know, we have this inbuilt psychological defense mechanism that all the tragedies happen to other people, not to us. And then for a few seconds, all that was gone. And it was like cold, hard reality. But the funny thing is, when he laughs and runs back to his friends, bang, reality, changes again. And I bounce back to the same old understanding that, oh, life really is okay. Nothing bad really does happen. And when you're a kid, you can bounce like that quite easily. And it never really did traumatize me at all. But I would say it probably is the most vivid memory that I have from my youth. Certainly one of the most vivid memories. So I was lucky. It was just a prank. I think he was expecting me to run, and when he didn't get that reaction, he tried something else to upset me, and when he was finally satisfied that he'd upset me, he laughed and ran away. Thoroughly despicable human being. And if I heard news that he was run over by a truck, I would toast his death with a glass of wine and celebrate it. I got no respect for people like that. But anyway, let's keep this on point. We know that terrible things happen. All you got to do is go on to Google and take a look at accidents. Look up accidents. Take a look at what happens in the world, what really happens to human beings, and then try to reconcile that with this view that God has a special plan for your life. It's an utter load of nonsense. If you want to get to the truth, if you want to find some kind of truth about life, you can't just believe things because they make you feel better. That's not how it works. There are some truths that are uncomfortable, hard to face, but they're just true. If you're willing to look dispassionately at reality, they're just true. And we are not being looked after.
We'll see Sophia again in heaven someday. She's in a better place.
No, she's not. Heaven is just another lie. And if you believe it, you're an idiot.